Well, it's mid-March, and here in Kentucky, that means it is time to catch crappie. And you know what? Also white bass. It's a little bit early. They're not really pulled and staged into areas really tight. So we've elected to do it a little different today, and that is bring a boat. You know, you don't have to have a boat to white bass fish. Matter of fact, usually I prefer it from the bank. But when the fish are moving like they are now, we're gonna try to use the electronics and move up and down this river to find them staging on these shoals. The water is falling and a little bit stained. Tell you what, it's a little bit early in the year, but because of some really warm rains that we've had, we're already almost 52 degrees, so the temperature is right. Hopefully today we can catch a couple of them, because man, it sure is fun. Maybe pound for pound, one of the hardest fighting fish we have here in the state of Kentucky. Well, we came up the river here, and there's a little inlet with a waterfall on it. Fresh, clean, clear water, and it's probably just due to the fact that it's supposed to be 70 degrees, probably a little warmer. So we're gonna set out here, see if there's any fish in here. Here we go. A little bit of fresh water. The question is, what have we got here? White bass. My first white bass of 2021. Hey, these are great to eat. If I can get enough of these to make a mess, I'd be pretty happy. You see that right there? This here is a male, and the males will actually run up this river before the females. They get a little bit excited. This is milt from a fish, so this is definitely a male fish. So you know what? Hopefully we find some females. As with most fish species, the males are the small ones, so the females will be bigger. We fished this spot, made several more casts with no luck. It's time to move. We're moving up to the next shoal, skinnier water, more current. Hopefully that's where they're at. Need a spinnerbait? This is such a great walk-in opportunity. Looks like he's throwing something that's got a little pink on it, and it's got him a nice white bass. I do like that sheer rock wall. He might have some depth right on the edge. Here we go. A little bitty one, but yeah, is this a crappie? Sure is. A little crappie. This one is not going to be big enough to keep. That thing's about 6 inches long, not quite enough. Sometimes it's the smallest amount of influx of water can just change the oxygen in here. And so you see here's a little bit of a drain coming in. So this is a spot that I'm gonna wanna give a try. And here's another one. See, they're in there. You'd never think that that little bit of water right there would be enough, but this is a better fish. I don't know what it is. Hope it lets us know. White bass. Here we go. Just a little bitty spot with some inflow of water. And 2 casts in a row, 2 fish. Need about 10 of these. Here we go. You can tell it's got this rod just doubled over how hard these things fight. And it's not a huge fish, but they're just so incredibly strong. Another male fish. You know, the females are obviously the ones hauling the eggs, so you really can come up here and catch your limit in these males, and you're not really hurting the population much, but it's definitely a male. Here we go. Another white bass. Man, that is sitting right against that rock wall. So we floated a lot of this river today, and it seems like the spots where we're getting fish held up are either where there's an influx of water or where you've got a little bit of just a sheer drop where the water's a little bit deeper and there's not as much current. That seems to be where they're at. Here we go. Swimming right at the boat. Nice fish right there. Again, it's just putting that pattern together. And for whatever reason, every day it changes. You might have it where you got a lot of flow, and he just drops into a pool and they'll be right in the middle. Today, they are right on the edge of the banks in these little areas where you got a slight bit of slack water and a little bit of depth right on sheer rock. Hey, we're gonna mess around here and get us a limit of white bass. You know, it's early. So this is usually, you know, you're looking right around the last week of March to April is really when this starts to happen. This year we've had some warm weather. Matter of fact, when I get this fish in, I'm getting this jacket off. It is getting hot. Oh, there he is. Right on this sheer rock wall again. That's a little joker there, but still fights like crazy out here in this current. I tell you what, we just made about a 200 or 300 yard float trying to fish everything. Not a bite. Next sheer rock wall, there it is, caught a fish. This one's a little smaller. It is a male though, big enough to clean. Well, I'll tell you what, coming here and floating this Nolin River is a great way to spend an afternoon in March. We're a little early, but everybody's catching fish. So we talked to a lot of people and it seemed like everyone had caught either crappie or white bass, just not big numbers yet. But you know what? I bet you about the last week of March, first week of April, it's gonna be the place to be right here.